Hi, Bill Boggs here. Welcome to our program. Today we are going to bring into your home some of the best jazz available in the world, and we have some terrific people who are going to play it for you today. As we salute and welcome back to New York the incredible Newport Jazz Festival in its 26 years. Okay, we're just going to divert a little bit from our program. The reason being, quite truthfully, we can't find Tito Puente. I know he's here. I mean, he was here at the opening. Rumor has it he either went to move his car or he's missing. But he'll be back. Eddie Palmieri is here. How you doing, Eddie?
Fine, Bill.
Do you have any idea where Tito is?
He said he would be right back, and we're still waiting for him.
All right. So what we thought we'd do is introduce you to Joyce Ween, who is the wife of George Ween, who's the producer of the Newport Jazz Festival. And I guess you're working pretty hard on this.
Yes.
It's a big show. How many individual components are there?
I'll say 30 without checking.
What have you been doing specifically for this?
Well, I usually do the boat ride, particularly.
That's
on
a
the
good gig.
Staten Island Ferry. That's a hard one. It goes all day from 10:30 until 5 o'clock.
So when does this festival kick off? June 22nd at Gracie Mansion, correct?
Yes, we're going to, this year, the mayor is going to give a reception opening up the Newport Jazz Festival. That's really fun.
Yeah.
And Benny Goodman's going to be there, and great all-star band of high school students put together by McDonald's.
We ought to take just a minute. I remember being at the Newport Jazz Festival when I was in college in Rhode Island,
Yes.
being hosed down by power hoses during one of the riots, I think in 1963 or something like that. How long has the festival been in action, and how did it start?
Well, it's been in action for, this will be the 26th
26
Newport
years.
Jazz Festival. And it started, Jerry, in 1954. Were you there? In 1954?
Yes, I was.
In Newport, Rhode
at
Island, at the tennis casino.
Yes.
Were you at the first one,
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes, it was.
What do you remember about it?
Well,
Stream of consciousness, sort of.
somebody stole somebody's baritone case, but luckily not mine. No, I know what it was. It was Gil Millet had put his horn down in my case. They took my case and his horn. That's what I remember.
Well, it's much more complicated than that. Now, entire bands
I
can
felt so
vanish.
lucky that it wasn't my horn.
Tito Puente is missing. Bobby, what was the first year you played in the Jazz Festival?
1972.
Here in New York.
Yes, at Carnegie Hall.
And it's grown each year, right?
Oh, it's incredible, the way it's grown.
David Chertok is also with us. David is a lecturer as well as a film collector. And we have a couple of different clips. And why don't you tell us what you've kindly provided us here?
Well, just two clips. We don't have time for much more with this distinguished group of people. I don't know in which order you're going to show them, but one is a Duke Ellington, which was done in 1942 with this great group of all-stars, Ben Webster and Johnny Hodges and Lawrence Brown and Juan Tizol. And it also features a wonderful group of Lindy Hop dancers. Now, most people today know the Lindy Hop is the jitterbug. Actually, there's no such dance as the jitterbug. There's a Lindy Hop, and these were kids out of the Savoy Ballroom in Harlem.
That's going to be our second clip. The first one is the Billie Holiday clip, no, which is okay. Go ahead. Tell us about that.
Well, the Billie Holiday clip was done in 1957 on American television. I won't mention the network.
Mention, it's okay.
CBS.
Oh, no, we have to bleep it, sorry.
They'll ask me where I got the print. It was done in December of 1957, and it was shown on a Sunday afternoon to make sure that not too many people saw it, and never repeated again. And it had the most incredible lineup of musicians that you can imagine. As a matter of fact, in this clip, and I understand we can't see the whole thing because it runs too long, but I believe you'll see, beside Billie Holiday, Ben Webster on tenor sax, and Lester Young on tenor sax, one of the two appearances that Lester ever made on film.
Great.
And she does fine and mellow.
Well, let's just sit back and watch and go to another time with the great Billie Holiday, by the way, who was pictured on the Newport Jazz Festival New York posters that we have back here. Thanks, Jim. So we don't have the, we obviously don't have the sound. Are we going to get it? Will you sing it for us, Bobby?
My man don't love me
treats me oh so mean. Is that right?
So far. I saw that much.
All right, then what we'll do is we'll stand by for either the Duke Ellington clip or the Billie Holiday clip. Or Hogan's Heroes. I mean, let's just put on some film. Duke is ready? All right. This is a Duke Ellington clip with the Lindy Hop, which, David, you claim is the true jitterbug.
The true jitterbug, the reason they used amateurs, literally amateurs, out of the Savoy Ballroom is that probably there weren't any professionals in the world that could dance the Lindy Hop as well as these kids did.
Okay, so again, to review, this is Duke Ellington from which year, David?
1942.
1942. Let's roll it. What about Gilligan's Island?
We don't have any sound on either one of the films. Sorry.
Oh. You don't have any sound on either one of the films, I'm told.
There was sound when I brought it.
I can't accept that. That's so tantalizing.
He wears high-waist pants.
Yeah, Bobby, fill us in again. All right, now, the only thing I want to know technically, Hal, is whether or not it's a problem we can solve or we're not going to be able to show the film. That's all. Just find that out for me as we continue to improvise here with the conversation. What I'd like to do is review some of the points in the Jazz Festival coming up. You have the program right here, so let's...
Yes, it's my Bible. I have to check it every minute.
All right, let's talk about some of the proposed highlights of the show.
Since we were talking about Billie Holiday, there's going to be a great concert called We Remember Billie at Carnegie Hall on June 28th. And that's going to have Ruby Braff, Ray Bryan, Buck Clayton, Vic Dickinson, Carmen McRae. It's just going to be a fantastic concert.
Excellent.
All dedicated to Billie Holiday.
All right, run down some of the other things.
Well, this year we're going to have a lot of solo piano concerts at 5 o'clock at Carnegie Recital Hall.
And the Recital Hall, right.
And that's a new series, and Barbara Carroll
We'll meet her later
is going to be on one of those. And we're going to start off on Friday night, the opening of the festival, with Dizzy Gillespie, called Unity with Diversity. And Dizzy's going to have special guests Art Blakey, Roy Haynes, J.C. Hurd, Joe Jones, Louis Peralta, Tito Puente, who's here.
And I'm not so sure about that.
Bernard Purdy, Grady Tate, and Carlos Valdez. So it's going to be a lot of percussion with Dizzy, so that should be very interesting.
Should be very loud.
Well, we always have a picnic, as you know, in Waterloo Village in New Jersey, and that's going to take place again on June 24th, and that's a very relaxed, informal picnic with lots of bring your baskets and lots of jazz all afternoon.
Does someone record the entire Jazz Festival?
No.
Wouldn't it be a great album, though? I mean, a 12-record set or something like that? Shouldn't it be recorded?
It would be, and it's a very nice thought, but most record companies these days, as these gentlemen will tell you, don't really think of jazz as being such a great seller, so we have to depend upon all those...
I don't like that, but I don't know.
I think there's another problem with that, too. You've got so many performers on there that it would be very difficult to get agreement from all those different companies.
Yes,
unless you could do something on one label for charity or something like that, for UNICEF.
But don't they record this stuff for the Voice of America?
Yes.
It's recorded, you can hear. If you go outside of the country...
If you go to Europe, you can hear the whole jazz festival.
So it is recorded?
Yes, it's taped by the
yeah, that's
Voice
really
of
basically
America.
what I meant, because you have so many historic moments never to be repeated again,
That's
so it is
true.
recorded. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. We found Tito, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll have Tito and Eddie Palmieri coming up right after this break, and I'm told that we may have the film later. David, we'll find out what was wrong with the film, but I thank you for bringing it. No, we know the film. Maybe our equipment, huh? Okay, we'll be back to continue right after this. I'm really genuinely sorry about the film. I wanted to see that.